me ask you a question, Ted. Do you see anything wrong here? No. We got no engines, do we?
Well, Steven, we ain't got no engines.
No engines.
Welcome back to the shop, guys. We are a week away from having to leave for sick week, and we ain't got no engines yet. So in this episode, we're gonna dive in and get this K24 put together and ready for the week. Now, Goofy Billet Shane has been working super hard on his hot rod, and honestly, I believe he's right there and ready for a test drive. But us, we've kind of been a little behind. We've had a lot going on, as you guys have seen. We're gonna dive into it in this episode and start getting this thing together. This month also, we've released the I Love PFI shirts. It's February and it's the month of love, so we're stoked to bring you guys those. So jump on pfispeed.com, pick up one of our new I Love PFI shirts, and one of you may receive an amazing gift. All right, guys, let's get to it. Jamie's over here and he's getting the Honda Bond around the girdle. We've got some oil on the bearings, the crank in, we've got the thrust in. We'll get the bed plate on, and we'll get that all torqued down. We'll get the short block put together quick. And here's our rod and piston combo. We've got the Traum pistons. We got the buttons. Now these won't have clips in the sides of the pistons. They'll use the buttons instead, and then the rings will hold those in. And then we went with the Inline Pro Extreme rods. These got the 7/16 bolts and are just built to be beefy. Very cool. This should be a pretty stout setup. And then we've got the block we got from Roman. As you guys saw, we went and torqued that up. Initially torqued these bolts to 22. Turn those bolts again, 56 degrees. All right, now that we've got that all torqued up, we're gonna flip it over and we gotta file these rings. So we'll take a ring and we'll shove it in the board. Push it down with a piston. Now let's check our end gap. So this will be our top ring gap right here. And we just need to slide through. If it doesn't slide through, then file a little bit off. So these top rings are pretty hard, so you definitely got to give them a few more cranks on the old filer. All right, so all these top rings are done. Now we've got to do these second rings. Now these ones we got to be a little slower with because meat comes off of these really quickly, and you don't want more gap than you need. So these ones were 24. These are going to be 22 via Traum's instructions. Like I said, normally on a set of rings, I'll go 17-19 or 19-20. Just depends on what we're building. The rings are all done now. Let's put a rod and piston together. Big old beefy pin go inside the rod. The locks on the rod go to the exhaust side. Get that beefy pin in there, and then you can see how the buttons go in.
The buttons are the oil ring landing.
The oil rings will hold those in. Freedom Civic's gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
Gonna have a legit setup in it. Look at that thing.
A 7/16 bolt.
Instead of 3/8, which is standard on just about every other rod. So there's the difference. And you can see just the size. It's incredible. That's sick.
Yeah. See, the rings you want to put opposite corners so that it seals better instead of just having them all lined up for a gap to pass through. My pistons say intake on this side.
There we go, guys. First piston is in the hole.
I love these.
Yeah, they are heaven. All right, here we go. 75 foot-pounds of what they call for. That is some serious torque, and I'm loving it.
And there's a short block.
Yep, and there's a short block. She is looking beautiful. So this is a 10-to-1 compression K24. There's so much stroke that little bit of dish is still 10-to-1.
Yeah.
It's nice. This head's an RBB, but they both got lost motion, so I think this is just a... I think they're both Z heads, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Was the coolant stuff the same?
Yeah, this all looks the same. Yeah. It looks like a transfer. Just gotta transfer the springs retainers stuff. Alright, so the Freedom Civic cylinder head. We had a couple bent valves and some guides that are kind of beat. It can totally be fixed, but our timeline is pretty jacked. So we're going to take the springs and retainers out of these. We're going to get some new valve seals, and we're going to move them right over RBC head and get that thing together. So Steven's going to work on getting the springs retainers out of that one right now, and then I got to get some valve seals and get that thing put together. One down. 26 to go. All right, so we're getting these installed now. Definitely a little challenge, but they come together nice. We're using the springs and retainers out of this head. We do got a couple bent valves in this number 2 cylinder right here. We can check those out while we got this apart here. So you can see those intake ones are just a little tweaked. So we'll pull this sucker out here. Woo! Not a happy camper. Ouch. I mean, they can be straight and right. I think that's the only thing wrong with this head. There's those bent intake valves. We gotta check these guides, make sure they're not hammered or anything, but that's probably it. I think you got it.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm seeing it now.
Yeah, we're pretty much being his tool.
Yeah.
You know, you're compressing it, and I'm just keeping that little nose on the heaters to keep it to follow right in.
The next spring and retainer, and the things are on top, so don't move them.
Yeah, we just need to do freaking Tom's modification to that tool, and it'll be easy. Boom.
Yeah, more leverage definitely than they use.
Yeah, Tom's got a freaking bat handle on the back of it.
You know, the biggest thing is if you could bolt the head down to something while you have
Yeah,
leverage on it, because right now I could be pulling out here, but I'm still having to stay over here and hold the head down.
Yeah, you got a rod. You had some broken rod from something.
All right, Steven got his dash put in. This looks really good. Looks sharp.
Yeah.
Looks great in here.
All there.
Professional. Like a serious automobile.
Next will be seat position. Then look at where Jamie's fuel tank mount was.
Yeah.
Look at how far back in the dash it is now.
Yeah.
Is how forward we put the bar.
Yeah. That is crazy.
It's interesting.
So we got our new head gasket here. Now we went with an OEM one. We like the JE Pro seals, but we're out of them. So we went ahead and got ourselves an OEM factory CRV head gasket. Man, it looks great.
It does.
Loving it. As you guys saw earlier, we got the head done, and this one is an RBC-2. I think before we had on here RBB. Close enough.
Yeah.
For what we're doing. All right. All right, now we get all our washers and nuts in this bad boy. Teamwork making the dream work. Would you like a washer, sir? Did everyone give you attitude already?
Yep.
We are going so good.
I don't know. That was one.
All right. So we'll run these nuts down and then we'll torque this head and we'll just continue to get this thing back together. Freedom Civic will come back alive. That one. It's looking mighty nice. What do you know about that? I think this one should hold. Oh, look at that box of sunshine.
That's a box of stuff.
Yeah, it's the goods. All right, and our valve cover from the guys that are Tau Powder Coating out of Florida. I'll drop a link in the description to their stuff, but look at that valve cover. Man, that just made the whole rig. They don't call it the Freedom Civic for nothing. It is awesome. The detail inside that thing is just incredible. That looks fantastic. Here we go, guys. So we do have a little bit of stuff to check with this mount here. I need a different bracket than what we had. The depth on the pan, I'm definitely gonna have to watch that. There's a few things here. And this engine is about 3/4 of an inch taller than the K20. So all things we gotta keep in mind here.
So what is our plan for Civic with this? We only have one set of injectors in it and everything. Are we gonna turn it down and just?
Yeah, I think we're gonna put it on the wastegate, no boost control. I think that'd be a good play.
Just slip the clutch, make it move.
Make it move. And
Just get some miles on it.
yep.
I like that.
Yep. And then save it for whatever racing we decide to do out here, whether it's no prep or all kinds of stuff like that, you know.
I feel like this.
Because we got to take on Hayden with this thing. He's been flying at the no prep, so
Yeah.
and winning.
Yeah.
He's been kicking butt. Dang, that valve cover really sets it off.
Yeah.
I really like it. This is exciting.
It is.
This is awesome.
I mean, this thing is officially long block now.
Yep.
Panda valve cover.
Panda valve cover. Then we get to start putting it in. Cover, man, this engine just looks so good. I am super excited to see this thing all together. Guys, this car is so fun to drive. I can't wait to try it with the K24. The last engine was a K20Z. This K24 is just, it should be awesome. But we've got the heavy duty sleeves thanks to Roman. This is the engine that was in the Grinch at one time. We have the Traum pistons in here. We've got the Inline Pro beefy extreme rods, and then a set of SuperTech springs retainers and Skunk 2 cams. This thing just should be awesome. I think even at a low boost pressure, it should just flat out fly, and we'll start dialing it in. Oh, I'm excited. Excited to get it back and have it all legit. Everybody did real good coming together and getting this thing all knocked out, and I think we'll be ready to rip.
The valve cover really set it off.
Yeah. It really did make it. I think, I don't know what I think, but I think it's awesome.
I'm just done thinking right now.
I am done thinking. I got a little headache, so.
I mean, the only thing we really have left before we can put the transmission on and put it in the car, rear main seal, it'll be here tomorrow. Throw the clutch on it, throw the transmission on it. We can dump it in the car.
I've got to find this mount.
Yep.
So I can see if I can locate that. If not,
I think you can locate that at the house.
I'm gonna try.
But yeah, that mount, throw the clutch and trans on, then it can go in the car. And then I feel like if we get, you know, exhaust manifold and turbo, get all the back stuff on,
Yep.
run around to get your drives on. get
We
the
may
intake
have to
manifold on.
modify the boost pipe because, hopefully not both, but it's possible. Well, guys, that's gonna do it for today. Make sure you guys are jumping on pfispeed.com. We have the new I Love PFI shirts on the website right now. And guys, let me tell you, they turned out so awesome. We appreciate you guys watching, so we'll see you guys all tomorrow.